Welcome to the Deep Dive. Here, we take the source material you send us, articles, research, sometimes personal stories, and we really dig in. We pull out the crucial bits, the fascinating stuff.
Yeah, the idea is to get you informed quickly, without getting totally bogged down. Give you those key insights.
Exactly. And today, we're plunging into something really quite unsettling. It's from a listener, Ethan Cole.
Right, I read through his account. It's about these events up at Black Lake, northern Maine.
That's the one. He sent his own testimony, plus what he says are recovered journals and some, well, pretty chilling photos.
It sounds incredibly personal. And the materials themselves, they have this escalating sense of dread built right in.
Totally. So our mission basically is to walk through what Ethan described, look for those patterns he found, the details.
And really grapple with the questions it raises,
Yeah.
especially that big one he leaves us hanging with at the end.
The who's counting question. We'll get there.
Definitely. But
Yeah.
where does it start? The cabin?
Yeah. Starts with Ethan and his girlfriend, Mara. They rent this secluded cabin near Black Lake, and apparently locals even warned them off, mentioned disappearances.
Oh, wow. Classic horror movie setup, right? Warnings ignored?
You know it. But they went anyway, and from night one, things felt off.
He mentioned the atmosphere, didn't he? What was it? A smell?
Yeah, like wet ash constantly, and the cabin walls creaking, settling noises. Plus, Mars started acting weirdly by the lake. He described her as pale, kind of rigid.
Okay, so already unsettling, just the place itself.
Right. And then the shared nightmares started.
Nightmares, both of them.
Both of them. Seeing hooded figures, hearing chanting down by the water, and Mara said she heard whispers, voices they couldn't place.
And Ethan was skeptical at first.
Yeah, he tried to rationalize it, but, eventually he got really concerned. But the game changer, that was the discovery inside the cabin.
Ah, right, the hidden box.
Yeah.
Under a floorboard.
Exactly, rusted metal box. And inside, 3 leather-bound journals.
Okay, so not just their experience, there's history here.
Deep history. The earliest entries were from 1972, guy named Silas Werner.
Silas Werner, 1972. And this is where that idea of a cycle starts coming in, right? Something older.
Yeah, let's get into Silas's entries. He writes about something he calls the Harvest of Shadows.
Harvest of Shadows.
Okay.
What did he say it was?
He described this 10-year cycle. 7 people are chosen. They have to cross Black Lake, but only 6 come back.
Only 6. What happens to the 7th?
Silas calls the 7th an offering, says it's needed to, maintain some kind of balance.
An offering, wow. That's
Yeah.
deeply ritualistic. Super disturbing.
And it gets personal for Silas. He mentioned seeing a face in the water, a woman named Clara.
Clara. Someone he knew.
Someone who vanished 20 years before his entries, back in 1952.
1952. Wait, didn't Ethan mention finding something online about a missing hiker more recently?
He did. So Silas seeing Clara from 52, the hiker case Ethan found, it really suggests this isn't isolated. It's a pattern.
A long-standing, terrifying pattern tied to this lake. Makes you think about those local legends, what real events might be behind them.
Definitely. And Silas's entries, they get darker. He talks about the ones who stay behind.
The ones who stay behind, meaning the ones who don't cross back.
Or maybe something else. His descriptions are sparse but chilling. He mentions their eyes. Black eyes.
Black eyes. Oh, that's unnerving.
And he starts questioning if they're even human anymore, like something changes them.
Okay, this is getting really creepy. And the Polaroids were in there too, with the journals.
Yeah, tucked inside. They look old, people in outdated clothes, posing by the lake. Smiles seem a bit stiff, maybe forced.
Just like old photos sometimes are. But Ethan noted something strange about them.
A consistent thing, yeah. In every photo, there's one person standing apart from the others.
Apart.
Just separate. And their face, it's either completely blurred, like messed up in the development, or actually physically scratched out on the Polaroid itself.
Scratched out. Whoa. So someone's being marked or erased visually.
Exactly, like they're being singled out. And the last photo he describes is the most chilling one.
Okay, what's in that one?
7 figures, but they're wearing robes this time. 6 are facing the camera.
The 7th.
The 7th is a woman, but her body's twisted, like unnaturally contorted, and she's facing the lake, away from the camera.
There's horrifying imagery. Was there anything written on it?
Yeah. It said 1982 Harvest, and underneath, they took Ellie. She didn't scream. She didn't even fight.
Oh my God, Ellie. So personal, so specific. It gives you this awful snapshot of a moment. Terror and just resignation.
Right. And then we get to the 3rd journal, and this is where it snaps right back to Ethan and Mara.
How so? Different author.
No, still Silas, apparently, but the date, the last entry is June 14th, 2023.
2023, that's days before Ethan and Mara arrived.
3 days before, and the entry basically confirms it. The harvest is happening again, right now.
So Silas knew. He was trying to warn someone.
Seems like it. He mentions trying to call out, phone line's dead. His last words are cut off mid-sentence. The lake doesn't let go. If you find this, RUN, don't let it...
Just got to, oh, the panic in that. You can almost feel it. Sends a shiver down your spine.
And right on cue, for Ethan and Mara, the strange stuff ramps up. Nightly knocking starts.
Knocking, like on the door.
He couldn't tell where it came from, but it was always the same. 3 sharp, precise knocks. Every night.
3 knocks. That kind of deliberate pattern is always extra unnerving, isn't it? Not random.
Totally. It feels like a signal. And then they see them.
See who? The figures.
Yeah. Outside at the tree line, 7 shadows.
7, just like the photos in the journal.
Exactly. 6 of them are facing the cabin, just standing there. But the 7th.
What about the 7th?
Its shape was different. Warped, he said. Hunched over, kind of echoing that woman in the 1982 photo, maybe.
The one with the twisted posture? Wow. So maybe the 7th is already changed. Or marked somehow.
That's the implication, maybe. So obviously, Ethan and Mara, they decide they have to get out. Now...
I don't blame them one bit. Time to run.
But even as they're fleeing, driving away, Ethan looks in the rearview mirror.
Oh, no. Don't tell me they're on the road.
6 figures stepping out onto the road behind them.
6. Not 7.
6. He was specific. The 7th one, the warped shadow they saw at the tree line, it wasn't there on the road.
Huh. That's significant. Where did the 7th one go? Or was it already taken? Or does it play a different role?
We don't know, but that discrepancy of 7 shadows, 6 figures pursuing feels important.
Definitely a piece of the puzzle. So they escape the lake, but the story doesn't end there, does it?
Tragically, no. They get home, 2 weeks pass, and then Mara disappears.
Disappears from their home.
Vanishes. No sign of struggle, nothing, just gone. But she sent Ethan one last text message.
What does it say?
He's in the house, the one with the broken back.
Broken back.
Like
the woman in the Polaroid. The twisted posture.
That's the horrifying connection Ethan made? Yes. Oh, that's awful. And after she disappeared, any clues left behind?
Nothing, except for one single new Polaroid left in their living room.
A Polaroid, like the ones from the journal.
Exactly like them.
Sure.
It showed a hooded figure, neck bent at this impossible angle inside their house, and the date written on it, 2023 harvest.
So the harvest followed them home, and the bent neck figure, maybe the 7th, the one who wasn't on the road.
That's a chilling possibility. And then things got even weirder, like reality itself was shifting.
How so?
The journals and the photos Ethan had recovered, gone. Vanished from his possession. He contacted the rental company about the cabin.
Yeah.
They denied it ever existed, said they had no property near Black Lake. He even tried talking to locals again, people they met.
So let me guess, they didn't remember them.
Complete blank. No memory of Ethan or Mara ever being there.
Wow. That's not just a cover-up. That sounds supernatural. Like their whole experience is being actively erased.
Right. It's terrifying. Which leads us to Ethan now. He's writing this account from a motel using a fake name, hiding. Still scared it's not over.
And he has reason to be. Someone slipped a note under his motel room door.
What did the note say? Let me guess.
You probably can. 7 chosen, 6 return.
Ugh. So whatever it is, it knows where he is.
Yeah.
It's reminding him of the count.
Exactly. And that brings us right back to that question he ends with, the one he puts directly to, well, to you, the listener.
Right. Say it again.
If the lake demands a 7th, who's counting now?
It just hangs there, doesn't it? It broadens the threat from this specific localized horror to something potentially ongoing and maybe involving him or worse.
Yeah. So let's just quickly recap the core disturbing elements here. You've got this cycle, the harvest of shadows.
Happening every 10 years, seemingly demanding a life.
The ritualistic signs, the journals, the Polaroids with the marked faces, the robed figures.
The figures themselves, the ones with black eyes, the warped 7th shadow. Very unsettling presences.
And all the stuff that just defies explanation, the whispers, the knocking, Mara's disappearance, the erasure of evidence and memories.
And what's so gripping, I think, is how many questions are left wide open. Ethan's material gives us this terrifying narrative, but not the why.
Exactly. Like, what is this balance the lake supposedly needs? Who or what is behind it all? Some entity, a group.
And why erase everything? Why make people forget? Is it part of the ritual? Or just covering tracks?
And that seventh figure? The discrepancy is so weird. Six chase them, but the figure with the broken back seemingly appears later in their house, linked to Mara's disappearance.
It really makes you wonder about the fate of that seventh person. Is it always chosen from the start? Or can it be someone else drawn into it, like Mara?
And the fact it followed them home? That's maybe the most disturbing part for anyone hearing this. It wasn't contained to Black Lake.
No, the boundaries seem porous, maybe non-existent once you're involved, which leads to that final thought, that uncomfortable idea for you listening.
Building on Ethan's question, yeah.
If these unseen forces are counting, as Ethan put it, what else might be getting tallied up around us? What hidden counts, what unseen balances are operating just beneath the surface of our everyday lives?
And what happens if the count is off? It really leaves you with this lingering sense of unease, doesn't it? Makes you look over your shoulder a bit.